And we are live. Wednesday Night with Those Guys and Wednesday Night with Those Guys are sponsored by Those Guys.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday Night with Those Guys. And as you know, this is where we talk about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. And if the weather has been nice where you are and not as freezing cold as it is here, please, if it is, and it has been, let me know how the weather is where you are and if you have been able to get out and fly your drones. Some of you guys have gotten good weather. Some of you guys I know probably have the same experience, if not worse than I have. I see some people who have not seen or experienced snow almost, if they're not in their lifetime, but in a long time, have gotten some snow. And how are you doing there, Lars, on this wonderful, wonderful Wednesday?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I have a slight toothache, but I'm good. Other than that, Rob asked who's moving to Australia this year. And
who busts you in the mouth?
No one. Toothache, man. Toothache.
Yeah,
no one busts me in the mouth.
Oh, okay.
Just one of those old people things. You know, you bite down on something. You bite down on something that's not supposed to have something hard inside it, and that's what happens. What's up with you?
Me? I'm good. I got the bandage off of my elbow. As you can see, there's the scar.
Okay. There goes. You got the stitches out too.
I guess they do. They're those kind of things that they just
dissolving stitches, yeah.
See it there. That's where they went.
Okay.
I still can't straighten my arm out completely. So I got to go to therapy for them to straighten it out. I can't lift anything heavy with this arm yet. The tendon is still fresh. I get these little sharp shooting pains that are killing me. The skin itches, and underneath you get that. Yeah, so
Gary goes, it's minus 12 degrees Celsius there. Wow.
Okay.
That's not good.
How nice.
That is not good.
So how much snow did you get, Gary?
Enjoy, Gary.
Yeah, that's the thing about Canada, It's kind of, the weather is kind of counterproductive this time of year.
Yeah. It's listen, you don't know what minus 12 degrees is Celsius. It is 10.4 degrees.
Let me tell you something.
FYI.
I wouldn't have wanted to do what I did living up there by Gary, Working.
You mean the cell tower inspections?
No. Being up there 40, 50 stories on these buildings, helping these things. In that cold weather, that concrete and that steel just holds all that coal in there. It just holds it right in there. You ever see when they put those big tents around the building when they're building it?
Yeah.
Inside there,
those shits don't work.
When you're inside, right? And you're talking, you see the smoke, the heat coming out of your mouth because it's so cold inside there. I think it's just to stop the wind and stuff from falling off the building into the streets.
I think it is too. To keep someone from being maimed by a screw or something.
Right. They don't care about anything else other than that. But yeah, we got a couple of things to talk about tonight. A couple.
Yeah, we have a few things to talk about.
Just a couple of things.
What happened?
We have a couple of things to talk about tonight. A few things I wanted to kind of go over a little bit, but nothing too big. We just got some new stuff to go. We got some new stuff to talk about.
What did I see?
What happened?
Go ahead.
No, I seen some things out there. I see guys. There was a couple of videos out about their flip. You know, everybody's going flipping crazy with this. You know, about the flip.
Yes.
So, you know, everybody's going. I see Marcus with his. You know, I see Marcus got one.
A few people. Jim's droning. He put out a few videos as well.
Okay, I gotta check that out. But I know yes. Marcus. Well, yo, what's up, Eddie?
Eddie.
Well, you know what, Lawrence?
What's good, Eddie? Huh?
How many people do we actually have in the chat right now? Because
how many do we have here? From what I see, it says 16. There's probably about 11 or 12 in the chat. I've seen some people here that I've never seen before, but if you want to do a quick roll call, we can. Kill some time.
You ready to do roll call? I mean,
we can do roll call.
It's too early.
Roll call real quick.
Get a couple of people come in.
All right.
But we do have a couple
give
of
it
people.
Some time.
It says we have 14 people watching. So, I mean, you know, give or take, you know. So,
yes, please click that like button.
Yes, feel free. It's free.
It's free of charge.
Is that Mark Fisher in there?
Yeah, Mark Fisher's here. Mark Fisher, Eddie Nunez. There are a few people. Good morning, Rob and Sue, all the way in Australia. Dominic along with them.
Before you start doing this, I did want to say that you know, this is what going on 6 years now. Wow, this spring will be 6 years that we've been doing this.
Really?
It's live.
6 years doing live streams, and the networks haven't picked us up yet. Big dummies. No, I'm playing.
This spring it'll be 6 years. But you know what I'm looking forward to?
What's that?
300.
Oh, show number 300. You want to do something special for show number 300?
We have to.
Okay, fair enough.
We kind of have to, right? Don't we, guys? Don't we have to do something special for 300?
Yeah, you guys want us to do something for our 300th episode. We can make that happen. We can definitely make that happen.
What should we do? You know, that's going to be a little bit of a way from now, right? Because it's 283 right now.
Yeah, so you figure it's January now. We have a couple of weeks. I'd say by about March, April, somewhere around there, bringing spring in.
Rolling right into like the 6-year anniversary.
Hey, you see, Bills, you know you shouldn't have asked them. Bill's already starting to give away a Mavic 4.
Who?
Bruh.
What? A what?
Bruh. Bill, coast to coast.
Oh, they may be legal by then.
Rob says, oh, yeah, that's true. Rob said from Australia, I'm going to send him some sticks to smoke, some cigars. And he said on the 300th show, around the 300th show, and send some stuff from Australia as to give away as prizes. As long as it's not Vegemite, we're cool. You remember the Vegemite taste test we did on here last year or the year before? It was so far, it felt like
that
last
was a few years ago.
I still taste it though. Those of you who don't know, Rob and Sue are feet on the ground are in Australia, and they send Herman and I a care package. So this year I'm going to send him some cigars because they're a lot cheaper here than they are over there. And he says he's going to send back a care package.
He won't have
I'm about to. You see what Eddie put? I'm about to smoke a couple of cigars in the Dominican Republic very soon. Got to get away from this cold. I thought you were already down there, bro.
You know what?
Weather get cold, right?
that's an idea.
That's an idea. Let's go down to Dominican Republic and do a stream. But unfortunately we can't due to some work coming up. So we may have to wait on that.
That sounds like I can't do nothing with my elbow like this.
Bill's laughing. LMAO, they may be legal by then. Yeah, DJI we're talking about.
Oh no, but Lawrence, let's do this roll call.
Oh, Mark Fisher says Rhode Island. All right, let's do roll call real quick.
Who do we have in the house? Mike, Lawrence, who do we got? Who do we got in the house?
Who we got? I'm starting from the bottom going up. We got M Drone, Mark Fisher, all the way from Rhode Island. Shout out to Mark Fisher and his team. Canada. Gary Brant's Aerial. Shout out to him. We also have Bill, Coast to Coast Drones. Show 300 will be around May. Okay. Shout out to Bill, Coast to Coast. Mr. Eddie Nunez. Long time no see. I hope all is well. Hope the family's well. Shout out to Eddie Nunez. Then we have Jody, Drone Shots, who was in the room earlier. And welcome back, Jody. Shout out to Rob and Sue, feet on the ground, flying all the way from Australia. Big shout out to my boy Takeoff, Lift, and Land, Eldon from the Bronx, New York. Big hand, big help. Steve from across the pond, SJM Drones and Media. Shout out to him. As well, Mr. Bill Grace, gracing us with his presence. We appreciate you, sir, for coming in. Big shout out to you as well. Steve Jennis, Vermont Views. Shout out to you, sir, for joining us tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you. Let's see. Let's keep going. Let's keep going up here. And we have Steve SJM Drones. He gets a double shout out. Waypoint New England. Shout out to you. I did see you in here earlier. Hope you're still here. Northside Hawk. Good evening. Another listener all the way from Australia. We appreciate you overseas listeners. Stephen, the Flyby Guys. We got to give him a shout out because we're going to mention him later on tonight in one of the stories that we're doing. And RJ Aerials, who's on his way home or almost on his way home. We get a community crowd, Herman, that tends to listen to us. And John, last but not least, John Olson, who says he may be back later on. He has to take his book to the doctor. And that's about it for now.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. By that time, it might do a whole edit. Okay. All right. Well, welcome to Wednesday Night with Those Guys. We appreciate you guys for continuing to come back and support us. Shout out to all of you who we call you guys loyalists because we've been doing this, as Herman says, this spring will be 6 years. It's a long time. That's longer than some of these guys have been flying.
Wow.
If you think about it. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what?
We've been doing this for a little while.
You know what's the worst part about that?
Cheers.
What happened? Oh, well, anyway. I've been flying for
I need to switch around on my tooth, man.
Anyway. I mean,
yeah.
You know, we always make jokes, right, about things that come up that we find that's kind of weird, funny, some of the things that happen. And we always talk about here, we talk about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. And me, for one, I wouldn't mind seeing a drone do almost anything except fly me anywhere. But no, seriously, no, that did you I know you saw the news and I know you saw the articles.
Hey, Jones.
And the story by Ishvina singing it in drone DJ.
Yes.
drones for trash finds. Now, I listened to the news on this before I even saw the report on it, and I thought it was crazy because they're just trying to find any reason to put a drone in the sky. Now, you want to use the drone, to monitor trash, right? And you want to see if you can stop illegal dumping. You don't need a drone for that. I stand on the ground and watch illegal dumping every day.
Yeah, right.
You know, people do it, and some of them don't even know that they're doing it. Now, the illegal dumping that they're talking about, right, is where people just throw stuff almost anywhere. Like you see it a lot by the highways and stuff like that. People will dump garbage and stuff like that. Oh, nobody will notice it because there's other garbage there.
Yeah.
So they want to use drones in those areas to try to monitor that and see if they could, I guess, catch the people who are doing illegal dumping. The article was in Joan DJ says that the opposer says that the plan is garbage. I mean, they're fighting back against this one. This one is a little bit, especially when you want to put a $10,000 drone up there to monitor trash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you because
we need some new garbage trucks.
Yeah, and a few other things. But I agree with you. It is kind of silly. When I saw it on the news also, I'm like, they're going to take a $10,000 to $15,000 drone to look at people's garbage. And they're getting some. And what's funny is with this supposed ban going on and all this stuff, they just keep buying DJI stuff. Right?
Well, I mean, that's what they have. That's what they have.
That's true. But they're saying the New York City Department of Sanitation will be getting their own fleet.
Mm-hmm.
And also for shoveling streets. You heard that part of the story too, right? For streets that aren't shoveled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
now
just kicking it.
That's interesting because it's going to monitor. I mean, like, what if the guy is there? He can see that the streets need to be shoveled. Where are you dispatching these drones from? Like where?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I want to know. It's not like out in Far Rockaway, Herman, where they have their own sanitation repair shop and they can launch and fly a mile or two in this direction or a mile or two in that direction. They don't. Where are they going to launch these drones from?
The point of what I'm getting at is that whose garbage and where from? I guess it'll be in the areas from the sanitation department that's in the area where they're from where they're talking, those areas where that's happening. So I don't care about it.
Yeah, but what about okay, I see that in residential areas, but what about the heavily populated areas like downtown Brooklyn, things? Where the hell are they going to fly from?
Once again, they will launch from the sanitation department in the area in which those targeted areas are.
Yeah, but my point is downtown Brooklyn doesn't have any large sanitation depot that I know of off the top of my head. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, someone out there, but I don't see that working.
You're wrong.
I think they're trying to hoard drones.
What? All I'm saying to you is that there are a bunch of them in different areas. There's one up the street. It doesn't have to be
you, right?
It doesn't have to be sent from transfer stations, even though the the transfer station is right near the highway where it'd be best suited to look for garbage and trash around here. Listen, don't care because I think it's dumb. But
I
yes,
must agree.
Yeah, it's not sensible. Like to look, you know what streets you don't plow. You told the guys not to plow those streets.
Right. Right. Eddie was asking, have we tried the new FlySafe database?
Eddie,
Actually,
I
have.
because I just had the bandage taken off yesterday. I had surgery. What was that? 2 weeks ago, Thursday, on my the tendon in my elbow. So I haven't been able to try anything. But
I have tried it. I want to let you know I did update the FlySafe database for the first time in a while. And I was actually out in Far Rockaway, right next door to a TFR, which all the TFRs are going in New York and New Jersey, FYI. And I was a block from the TFR. And I didn't venture into it, but I did try it. And it did let me take off in one spot where I couldn't take off before. So so far it seems to be working.
What?
So far.
So far what?
I haven't tried it out extensively, if that's what you mean. Definitely. I have not tried it out extensively. I just toyed around with it. I went to a place where I knew I was having issues taking off with my Mavic 3 Classic, and it took off like nothing happened. But I will admit, it was the first time I updated my FlySafe database in a little while.
You know what's funny? I can see the Mavic Pro getting locked out now.
Yeah, could you imagine? Right, because it doesn't have a FlySafe database, right? In fact, Herman, the job that we have on Rockaway Avenue, I would like to go over there now and see if we could take off from that corner we couldn't fly from before. At the construction site at 326.
I guess you want to just fly.
I would like to see if, because
you want to fly straight over to jail too, right?
No. We don't do jails. We don't do jails. I'm not trying to lose my 107, but and what I'm talking about is Herman and I were doing progression photography for this construction site, this company, S&D Builders, and it's right next door. It's right across the street from a prison. So we had to go let the prison know we were flying in the area. We had to go let the local precinct know we were flying in the area, and we were trying to get some shots. Go ahead.
It's not a prison. It's a juvenile detention center.
Prison. Prison. Okay. Okay, juvenile detention center. That's all. Anyway, we went to that corner knowing that we might not be able to fly, but now we could probably go there and fly. My 400-foot selfie stick with Osmo Action 5 gets all the shots. Yeah, prison for minors. Yeah, definitely. For what should I say? For badass kids.
No, but the only thing is, now it wouldn't turn the drone along the edge of the fence.
That's true. That was the issue we had, because you have the no-fly zone here, and the drone goes, I'm not going any further, but I'll slide back and forth as long as you want. It's interesting. I'd have to check it out more extensively.
You could actually turn your back to the edge of it and just slide across.
Yeah. Yeah, you remember we had the same issue. Remember Beach 9th Street by the beach house?
Mm-hmm.
When we had the Phantoms? The Phantoms, for some reason, wouldn't fly along that beach house. It kept sliding. Well, that TFR is going also.
Well,
that's going. So, and that's actually...
That's just some geo.
Well, yeah.
Now, everybody speaks about these TFRs as if they were supposedly going to be here forever. The type of flight restriction that it is mentioned in the first word of the flight restriction. It's called temporary. So there will be a time where the temporary flight restriction will be gone because it is temporary.
I just think that it was there longer than people wanted it to be honest.
I mean, it's still temporary. I mean, they could have put it up for 364 days. It would have been temporary.
True. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
But let me not give them any.
For those of you who haven't seen this in so long, all 45 TFRs are gone, except for this one, which is VIP movement right here. New York had them. They were all over Long Island. They were over parts of New Jersey. Now they are no more. This whole area is clean.
Really?
Not to say you don't have to respect.
You still have to respect the zone. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
The airspace, you still have to act accordingly in the airspace when you're there. So there's no. This is going to be interesting. I mean, if we think that there is drones at the ballpark now, where do you
for
get
real?
And
yes, Rob, the fake invasion is over.
Everybody says that no, it's not going to. It's not going to. This week is the NFC championship, right? And after that, in 2 weeks, there will be a Super Bowl, correct?
Correct.
Someone, and you're hearing this right now, and I mean, no one will bet on it because everybody knows that what I'm saying is the truth, and I'm not a guru on this one. But someone will be arrested for flying their drone during the temporary flight restriction for the Super Bowl. Don't ask me who. I don't know who. You pick a drone pilot. He's going to get caught.
Every year they catch someone.
This is why I say when guys say that how the drone community is so small, I'm like, no, the guys that you know of is small. There's a whole lot of idiots out there that you guys don't know and associate with.
Aren't even aware of. I agree with you on that.
A star is born every cha-ching at the register on the drone purchase. Somebody
this is true.
Right. Somebody, you understand what I'm saying? Mark my words, is going to get caught flying at the Super Bowl. Do you hear me? I am telling you this right now with all of the warning.
It happens every year. It happens every year. Now, whether they make it known, they usually do after the Super Bowl, but every year there's usually 15 to 20 pilots that get stopped and or caught trying to fly the Super Bowl. And now that they put a 30-mile radius around the stadiums, you can come in your backyard and try to take off. They're running up on you.
You know, I think 30 miles
at mile 29.9, they're going to run up on you.
30 miles is excessive. You know
it is excessive. It is.
30,
it is.
30 miles is excessive.
It's ridiculous.
Although,
the sponsor time. You gotta let those sponsors on.
Oh, okay.
We'll be right back.
There's a couple of guys that have something to say.
For drone news and tech talk, tune in every Wednesday night, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to Wednesday Night with those guys.
Yeah, those guys have something.
Unfortunately,
those were the days, boy. In the heat.
Oh, when it was warm?
in the
when it was
heat.
warm out.
In the heat.
Yeah. Cheers, Gary.
It was in the heat. Oh wow.
Hey, Philip Koshat.
In the heat.
He says he will be listening.
You know what, Lawrence? I wanted to also mention, because we spoke about it last week when he had when Ryan was here, and I also was on with Bill Coast to Coast on his live stream, and we spoke.
That was a good stream.
Spoke a little bit about it over there. Who's there? Ron was at Draymond did Ron was there, and a couple other people. We were talking about that advanced notice of proposed rulemaking.
Yes.
And this one has coming from the what is this? The Department of Commerce, right? They want to basically they want to investigate, shake down, and sniff out any parts of any of these drones that come from China, to make sure, or basically the parts that receive and send any signal or data. If it can receive or send data, signal data, they want to sniff it out, lick it, see what it tastes like, and they check it out, make sure that it's up on the up and up, And we talked about that, and we were talking in that conversation, and what was that company? Was it FTI Consultant?
Yes.
Consultant? Yeah. Yes. They did one last year on DJI with the whole sniff around and lick and test all of that, and off of one that comes off the shelf of the store from any one of the distributors on the Enterprise edition of the Mavic 3. The thermal and the Enterprise, and they found it was clean. That just like the one of from what I understand, DJI actually paid for that. From what I understand, the one before that, the government has paid for one, and they found the same findings. But so they're now talking about doing this with all of the Chinese, and then they had, like I said, this notice, an advanced notice of proposed rulemaking. Guys have they want to hear from the public, right? Lawrence? Yes, on that.
Yes.
That's what they want you to have. Yeah. So I don't know.
Basically, what it comes down to, they are trying to make some rules for what to allow into this country and what not to. But our country's main concern is anything that broadcasts or transmits will be under investigation. Huh?
Any data or signals, from any of that's basically Chinese drones.
Right. They have specified Chinese drones pretty soon.
Any parts and stuff like that. So they break it down to individual parts and stuff like that. So cameras and controls or flight controls and stuff like that, and what's and whatever habits. So I guess that will interfere with everyone's stuff, like even the anyway, there is a link in the description to that advanced notice of proposed rulemaking from the Department of Commerce. You can check it out, read it for yourself.
It's a good read.
A link in the description. Feel free to go and check it out at your leisure. It's there for you to check out. You got a few months.
Feet on the ground says, I think the next few years may be a headache for you guys over there, and a headache for us over here, and I kind of agree, but I'm not worried about it so much. I'm just going to go with the flow.
A headache?
Yeah, just go with the flow.
You got a toothache right now that's kicking your ass. If you had a headache, you'd be in trouble, bro.
Oh, please, man, please. You have no clue. Yeah, you're right. But whatever they decide to do, and if you notice, they specify drones and equipment inside of drones,
because this
which applies to us FPV pilots.
Right, but the whole rule, the rule it pertains to. If you look at it, it says unmanned aerial system.
Yes, yes, specifically.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Well, if you think about it, if they applied it to everything else, we wouldn't have cell phones, we wouldn't have TVs, we wouldn't have cars. And you know they're not doing that.
Take your time, read it,
yeah,
and then make your comments.
True.
What do you think? Take your time, read it, and then make your comments to them.
Yeah, it's a good read, though. It is a good read, and they go into detail, but they specify specifically drones, UAS. Because you know this doesn't apply to their drones like the Reaper and stuff like that.
Why would it? But it specifically states Chinese products. That's what they're in Chinese and Russian made stuff. If you got anything from Russia, you got any drones in your closet from Russia.
Right. You might still be able to fly them.
No, you can't. You can't. Yeah, but Lawrence, guess what?
What?
There is some New Year's sales up to 45% off. Discount exclusive gifts and discounts. Believe it or not, you know. I don't know. Discover them. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's discover them.
I'm looking at it now. You get to save up to 45% off, which is actually good because they usually only give about 20%. But here's some deals you might be interested in after the holidays and New Year.
Right, we got the best deals. The Osmo Action 4 standard combo. That's for $229. They slashing prices. And you got the Power 1000. This was a big one last year leading up to Christmas. That is now $549. Whoa, jump back.
From $1,000.
We got the power expansion battery 2000 for $699.
From 1100.
Look at that. It's dropping. We got let's watch this one now. Let's watch this one. And then we have the Avata Fly More kit for $182. I mean, that's not so bad if you still got the original Avata. I mean, you could jump on that. Now, what you got here, Lawrence?
I might want to get one now.
The Avata, right?
Yeah.
What you got here?
The DJI Mic 2 system, the new one. 2 transmitters, 1 receiver, and a charging case for $349. You get it at that price. $350 is a steal. And you do get the free. I can't even pronounce that word.
What
the free the Maglagma, whatever it is, the T-shirt, which is valued at
Mount Chomoloma.
Mount Chomoloma. You're funny. Okay, that's close. For $40 that comes with it. But still going at $2,100 is DJI Mavic 3 Pro.
That price has come down.
Okay. It has come down. You still get a $40 shirt with it. And then we have the normal stuff. This isn't the 45% off stuff.
No, that's
you know how DJI does.
This is the new stuff.
Yeah.
The new stuff.
Yeah. So I will post this page in the chat for those of you. Oh, the mini wireless mic system also, $170. This one I was thinking about. The DJI Mini 2 right here for $170. Come on. You get two mics, two transmitters.
Yeah, that's everything.
Yeah, definitely. And the Action 5 is $350, but if you wait about 6 months, it might be the same price as the Action 4. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You know what? DJI does the best at getting their products into the hands of the people who are looking for that type of equipment.
Yeah, see, Jim's Droning says he paid $21.50 for the Mavic 3, the first one. Wow. Damn, we get screwed hard on the price in Oz, Australia. I don't even want to know what it costs in Australia. They're probably charging you guys in Australia about $3,500 for the Mavic 3 Pro. But Australia, they wow. It's really, hey, Angie, welcome. How are you?
Now, you can still
that price too. I wish I had hopped on it. Well, just kicking it really quick.
Well, it's still
$549 is still a good price. It's regularly $1,000, and the cheapest we saw it for, Herman, correct me if I'm wrong, was like 400 and change around the holidays.
I think it dropped down to like $400 because it was $399.
Yeah.
What does Amazon got it for now, or does Amazon have it at this price too?
I could check right now while you talk. I'll check.
Yeah, that price fluctuated up and down before the holidays, and I told guys, I was saying like, yo, check this out, because the prices fluctuated, and when I jumped on it, it went down, and I was like, oh wow, look at that. I could have waited a little bit.
Okay, Amazon.
And then
I can show you real quick. Amazon has it for the going price of $700. It's still listen, 300 off of 1,000 is good, but for $550,
the DJI store is still the better price.
Yeah. No, whether it'll be it's going for $700.
If you get it, gotta get the bag. You gotta get the bag. If not,
yes, Herman did get the bag for hours.
You know what's
$100 for the bag.
You know what's my only gripe with the power system? If you look at some of the other guys that are out there that are doing the same thing at that level, some of theirs have wheels on it that you can actually move it. I understand it's portable because you can, carry it, but it would be even better if it had some wheels or even like a little hand truck that you made for it that I can put in there, and it can raise up to stack maybe like one or two of the extensions if I had something like that to take it around. DJI should think about making something like that. Slides right on.
See what Bill Grace. Yeah. See what Bill Grace put? He said Black Friday he caught the Power 1000 for $379.
See?
Yeah.
See that?
Right, that's better than the 400 it was.
See that? They can't beat that. Can't beat that.
And for those of you who are thinking about getting it, what happened?
What's up, John? With the extension, you throw the extension on it now, and you just can go all day. If you got solar panels, forget about it.
Solar panels are a must.
You get a couple of extensions, and honestly, you get a bunch of solar panels. You can call the power company and tell them, like, listen, get out of here. I'm good.
Yeah, for real.
Only thing you got to worry about
is
one of those days where it's like gloomy all day and for like 3 days and no real sun.
This is true. This is very, very true. But it's you can't beat DJI on the prices, plain and simple, due to the simple fact, just when you think you got a good price, they come out with an even better one. Right?
Yeah, it doesn't stay at that price for long. Well, you know what? The community, honestly, the people who buy DJI products, and I know right here on this channel, and I know amongst the drone community, guys won't let these products get cold. They come out and immediately they are looking for the next one. The next one. And as soon as, and listen, we sit right here on this stream and we talk about the rumors and the leaks and everything that come out. And guys start waiting for that one. And they be sitting there with their hand on the drone, looking at the next one coming out. Talking about your days.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like I haven't even put this drone through all of the functions, but that one is coming out as badass. and to be honest, $5 off. To be honest, Herman, I really don't need another drone, but it might come to a time and point where the Mavic 4 looks so sweet in comparison to what I have that I'd have to get rid of my Air 2S. But I like my Air 2S because it can fit in my hoodie as I walk. You imagine you can't just carry a Mavic 4 or Mavic 3 like that. You have to have a bag for it. My Air 3S I put inside my hoodie pockets and I go on. The only problem, and I keep my charger in the backpack, my radio.
It ain't that.
Eldon says, Eldon, we've heard that one before, Eldon. Takeoff, lift, and land says the 4 is what the last for me. I heard that with the Air 3 and with the Air 3S and with the Mavic 3 Pro and with the Mavic.
Listen, if watch this. If all goes well, right, we will see right here. We will see right here for the Mavic 5, and we want to hear what you got to say about that.
The Mavic 5 is my last one. Does anyone need another drone? Well,
who?
No.
What?
Do you need 22 pairs of socks? No, but you got them.
Does anybody need another anything? I mean, like, seriously. No, most of these things are wants. I mean, listen, I always tell guys this. I'll talk about every single drone that's coming out. I'll look at the specs.
Yes.
And a lot of times when you want to apply common sense to the specs, because I went to school. I mean, I did listen a little bit.
Do I need to build another drone?
I went to school, to trade school to be an electrician. Electronics the electronic semester of school did kick my ass a little bit, but I do understand one thing, and one thing that stuck out about electronics is that the specs are the specs are the specs. So when you apply common sense to the specs being the specs, and then now this other drone that you know is not a superior camera, should not be a superior camera, has such good image quality, then you know there's some hocus pocus going on in the programming and the electronics of the camera. You know what I mean? So you know that there's some stuff going on in there. So anyway, I'm just saying that, but to say, so we're now talking about this is going to be my last one. Like you said, I've heard that before. Going back to the Mavic, when guys was getting the Mavic 2. That's my last one, yo. I ain't get no more of those, man. Yo, DJ.
You remember, Herman?
This shit, yo. That's wrong, yo. They should have put that.
You remember, right? The Mavic 2 came out, and everyone's, the 1-inch sensor. I don't need nothing else.
Right, it's not mechanical. Oh, yo, that's crazy, yo, man. Nah, come on, man.
Oh, look
There we
at
go.
Bill Grace. Since 2017, I've registered on the drone zone 38 times. I'm an addict.
What
Go ahead,
happened?
Bill Grace. Hi, my name is Bill Grace, and I'm a drone pilot.
He said, Eddie, you're not buying any more drones, Eddie? What happened now? You got a source?
All right, all right, real quick, Eddie, what's the last drone you brought? If I'm correct, the Mavic 3 Sin. He's got the Mavic 3 Sin, right? If I'm correct, that was the last drone you brought. I'll wait for Drone X Factor sale 7 months later. I forgot about that one. I forgot about that. Yes, see, the last one he brought was the Mavic 3 Pro Sin. I hear you. I hear you. I get it. I do get it. And I feel like you, Eddie, but this Mavic 4, it's like cheesecake. It just keeps calling me. I mean,
Really?
I have this bird right. I have this bird right here. New 5-inch, new frame, everything. Huh?
Cheesecake be calling you?
Yo, I gotta turn away when I would go in the store. Yeah. I have a weakness for cheesecake. I can't help it. He'd be like, yo, she won't know if you're buying a whole cheesecake and put it in the bottom of the fridge.
Cheesecake be calling him. Angie.
Angie, what's up? How are you? Hope all is well. How are you guys holding up with all that snow down south? I'll get the Mavic 4 only if it's a Mavic 4 Pro. I'm not doing the whole Mavic 3 and then the Mavic Pro. Well, Eddie, you'll be glad to know they are coming out with a Mavic 4 Pro, and everything else after that will be Enterprise. Well, the Pro and the Sin, I think they're going to come out with. I know they're coming out with a Pro. The Sin is still a rumor.
Everything that, well, no, I don't think that's a rumor, because we did see the listing, the filing and the numbers for both, for the Pro and the Sin. From what I have been seeing on the leaks and the stuff that's been flopping around from those dudes over there on Twitter, it's going to be the Pro.
We're going to talk about the specs of the Mavic 4 a little later on.
From what I am understanding, that it is going to be the Pro is going to come out, and then they're going to backstep it like they did back in the day with the Phantom series when they dropped the Pro and then went back, as opposed to when they came out with the 4, and they came out with the Phantom 4 was like your whole list, and when you reach for that one, they just punched you in the belly and then dropped the Phantom 4 Pro, because that was only like a 6-month turnaround. Yeah, and everybody went. So if you bought that Phantom 4, you were like, damn, come on, man. 6 months and you dropped the Phantom 4 Pro? Are you serious? With the 1-inch sensor, and you had sensors back and side? No drone had ever had that before. So yeah, that was a kick in the gut, So from what we're understanding, it is going to be the Phantom 4 Pro. I mean, the Mavic 4 Pro.
Give me a second before we go on. I just want to answer Scott's question. He asked, Lawrence, do your props get brittle when you fly in the cold? First of all, yes. I want to introduce you guys in the world of FPV to the world of exploding props. If you've ever heard of props exploding, it's usually due to the cold. And what I mean by explode, they break off at the hub, which means that they're so cold and brittle. That's exactly what happens. There are no tricks around it, but I have had that happen. Just stay away from what company is that? HQ Props. Their props don't work well in the winter. There are a few companies out there that have FPV props that do not work well in the winter. You fly, you may burn a battery or two, and all of a sudden you go spinning out of the air because the prop exploded. But yes, I have had that happen.
That is the beauty
I'm
of
sorry.
the DJI props. That for years now, and I've seen videos out there where guys have tested this, and like I always said this, we complain about how cold it is out here, but it's not cold compared to places that get cold. You understand what I'm saying to you? And I'm talking about it's so cold in some of these other places that you don't even know how cold it is at that point. Like you're not even feeling the difference in the temperature. It's just cold. You know what I mean? And the guy was flying. Well, he tested with I think one of the Mavic series and the Phantom series years ago, and the props did fine. And he was flying in some severe temperatures. I wouldn't even have went out. He's stupid. Because there was one point he said he had to let the batteries come up.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. But unfortunately, Gary says, big tip, don't fly till spring. But if that's the case, Gary, you guys ain't flying until next year sometime.
Well, that's because Gary flies under the Canadian rules. And, Gary rather, have the chimney on all winter and then fly in the springtime. But Lawrence, what I wanted to mention was your buddy there.
Yes.
Igor from Quadro News, right? He had a post that was talking about testing of DJI Mavic 4 Pro, right?
Yes.
This one.
I remember this picture well.
Yeah, testing of the Mavic 4 Pro is well on the way, right?
Yeah.
So
now, for those of you who don't know how DJI test, they use a full frame camera, they use a cell phone, and they use the drone to compare the photos.
Now here you go. Your man Jasper dropped this post on the same day. Go ahead.
There and Back Again by DJI Global, a secret story about the Mavic 4 Pro. It's going on to the public adventure. Will they keep it a secret? Well, DJI and you guys who've been watching our stream, hey, Frank Rizzo, and have been watching other live streams, know DJI is infamous for putting out pictures. And we're so busy going ooh and ah over the new drone, we don't see anything else.
No,
and
we don't.
I've done it.
You know what's funny? Because they put out a bunch of pictures, right? That actually was a post by Jasper. Now let's look at these pictures that Jasper has here. So they have here the camera, that was the Mavic 4, a camera, another drone, and they have also a cell phone. Then they put out this one here, which what we know clearly here is the camera,
the 3S.
We have the Mavic 4, which is what we see, that round kind of cylinder kind of body. This is funny because guys don't like this thing, but we kind of talk about something similar to this later. But look at this here. There's another drone up here on the top. What's that? The Air what's that? The 3S and a cell phone. Right?
Yes.
And then they had this one with it on the rear of it with the cell phone, and you can see the back side of it.
Now, when you're done,
those vents.
Now, when you, I want you to go back to this picture when you're done.
This picture?
Yeah, when you're finished talking about this particular the Mavic 4.
Go back to this picture. Okay.
I have my reasons. We'll get into it. I'm waiting for Q.
Oh, okay. Because from here, right, after this had come out, there was another post that was posted where this from Jasper.
Yes. My friend Yu, who keeps sending me DJI flip video, now sent me an exclusive Mavic 4. This is the very first time we're seeing the Mavic 4 complete, a complete photo of the Mavic 4.
Now,
And go ahead.
There was a video on this. There was a video on that where that showed the whole thing open, how the arms are going to open up, you know, and I'm quite interested in this thing because a lot of people, I've heard complaints about like the camera is exposed, the whole dome shape of the camera, you know. And
we're 1 minute past sponsor.
Okay, we can go to the sponsor and come right back. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor. Jonah, dear, if you're a Part 107 pilot and you're just looking to get out and do all the work and you want to leave all of the office work to someone else, this is for you. A place where you can build your own website, book your appointments, tools to make you a more knowledgeable pilot. If that's the things that you need, then Jonah Deere is for you. Check it out. There's a link in the description. Jonah Deere, it's for you.
Yes, yes.
Now, I was talking about the dome-shaped camera that a lot of people were not too fond of. They said if the drone crashed and stuff like that, it would be damaged and stuff like that. But I had this that I found. I saw this here. You know, it talks about the little specs on the camera, a few specs here. You know, I'm interested in those, in the ND filters. That to me,
the electronic.
It's going to be interesting how that actually works. They're going to have to build a filter system for this camera to add to it, because it doesn't, from what I understand, the filters, they don't really go that high. And if you want to do other things, you're going to need filters that are higher to do those things. So I guess they'll be coming for it, you know, afterwards, after some aftermarkets, or even maybe from DJI, who knows, for you to be able to do other things later on. The one thing that I did want to go back to was that you had mentioned this not a long time ago, but you mentioned it a few times, that DJI is famous for putting out these pictures. And did you want me to go back to that picture before or after?
Yes. No, go say what you're going to say and then go back, and I'll elaborate on that part too. But after you're done,
DJI is famous for putting out these pictures, and guys see things and they don't see things. And there was one time when what was it? The Mavic Pro? Was it the 2 or the
Mavic? It was the Mavic 2. The Mavic 2.
Yeah, 2. Mavic 2. And they were talking about that drone, and they were putting out little leak photos here and there. And no one paid attention to the Osmo Pocket that was sitting on the table that wasn't even spoken about yet.
Yeah. And with that,
nobody even spoke about the Osmo Pocket yet. So now when we go back and we look at the photo that I showed here, right here, you know, there was, you know, everybody knows about Jasper, and they know about Igor, and they know about OC to LB, and the other guy was disappeared a while ago there. Deals. He's around a little bit, but there's another guy who was out there that was pushing something. And I was looking, And he had zoomed in on this photo, right?
Yes.
Because we
Yes.
know, we all assume, right, that we know that this is an Air 3S, right?
True. Because of
Yeah.
the LiDAR plate in the front.
Right. So he zoomed in, right? And he was saying, is this the Mini 5 Pro?
Well, you know what? Like I mentioned earlier, and I just want to say, we were so busy looking at the Mavic 2 Pro when it came out, we never saw the Osmo. And on this picture, we were so busy looking at the Mavic 4, they leaked another drone and no one even thought about it because they were going ooh and ah over the Mavic 4. Now keep in mind the camera system on top of the Mavic 4 is the similar, if not the same camera system that's on the Mavic 3S. Now, if you go back to that other picture, I just want to show something. And there was a reason I wanted you to go back. The one from behind. Yes, this one here. Now, if you look at the top half of this drone, basically where the white tape ends, that's where the drone ends. And it be damned if that's not the size of a mini drone right there.
Well, honestly, the drone that looks like it's on top is
the Air 3S is bigger.
Well, honestly, I think on this one, that this one does have the Air 3S on the top. If you look at the top portion of the picture,
Yeah.
outside of the edge of the towel or whatever that is that's on it, you see the sensor right there on the eye, on the corner.
Yes. And why wouldn't they put that new sensor on the Mini 5?
Hold on, that's not the same. That's not the same back photo of
this one here. Exactly.
That's not the same.
Exactly.
Back.
And that was the point I was trying to make. They're slipping in pictures of the Mini 5 Pro.
Photo. That's the back photo of that.
Yes. So
this here is the back photo of this.
Right, but what I wanted to get at is DJI is the master of showing you but not showing you. They are the masters of it. When
I don't know
busy
why they would. I don't know if there would be a reason to compare it to the Air 3.
To the Mini 5? Oh, okay.
You know, the Air 3. But that's interesting. I don't know. It's just food for thought. I mean, listen, I didn't put it out there. He did.
I'm just saying my hypothesis is by them saying DJI Mini 5 Pro, I honestly believe that those sensors are going to go on the Mini 5 Pro, the same sensors that are on the Air 3S.
That's interesting because
that's me personally.
Okay, because I did want to ask you this.
Yeah.
You see now there was all kind of stuff to ban TikTok, right? A lot of people lost their lunch, went crazy about it. I didn't want to talk about that aspect of it, but what I'm looking at now is notice the new administration was able to leverage TikTok at one point for their own benefit, and now TikTok is back after this. What is it, 14 hours or whatever, or something like that? I don't know. I don't listen. It's back. People are okay now. They're happy. They're dancing in parking lots and in the middle of the street and in gas stations again.
Yeah.
they're making a fool out of their damn selves. So listen, I'm looking at that and I'm just curious, like, does that show like this new administration has the ability to reason a little bit, is a little bit more understanding than we thought? maybe when it comes down to
honestly,
maybe when it comes down to DJI, maybe the learning curve that can be achieved from having DJI around or even consulting with them. You understand what I'm saying to you? Is a world of possibility for the American drone companies. So I don't know, maybe it's something that could be worked out. I don't know. I mean, listen, if they can work out something for TikTok, for the first responders in this country to be able to have the best products out there and to learn from a company that has the best products out there, why not? Especially when they can, they can have a few more guys fly over the ballpark because of the consumer drones that DJI puts out. For the sake of it. Hey, listen, anything's possible. What do you think? What do you guys in the chat think? That's food for thought. I mean, it's possible, right? No,
it is. It is possible. It is possible. And to be honest, Eldon had made a statement, but we had actually changed the subject of that. Eldon seems to think that I might be right, and as far as that drone on top being the new Mini 5, with them adding LiDAR and that dual camera system with the new sensors.
If you go back and you look at the pictures, unless they're pulling the towel back and it's a total different shroud over the head of that drone.
Yes, no, I get it. I saw that. I did see that.
That's two different pictures. This
Bill Gray says he feels that's a valid point also. It's a possibility. Could I be wrong?
Two different drones, right?
Yes.
Now, look at this picture carefully, right at the top. The far top of the black.
Oh, go back. I see what you're saying. Go back to the front view with just the camera, the one circled. You see the other one. Yeah, no.
I'm showing
the one
you
with just the camera with the blue tape, with the blue line around it. Yes. Now stop right there. I may agree with you, except for the simple point. It looks like that part is tucked in under the top of the drone. I could be wrong, but
so
I feel that
just deliberately pulled it back so you can see this.
Yes. So you could see the sensor, the new sensor, the LiDAR system. That's me personally. Could I be wrong? Possibly.
I know
I'm wrong about a lot of things. I'm wrong about my marriage, but
that when they looked at this right here, when they showed this, and he zoomed in, this idea.
It looks like it's tucked, though. It looks like it's tucked in. That's what I'm saying. That picture and the one before looks like it was tucked in. Maybe a plugged in camera. I think that they're trying to hide that LiDAR and the new sensors.
That was being done.
Who's to tell? But now stop right there. Go back to that picture, please, just really quick. If you take that tarp and you tuck it under that LiDAR system, you would get the same camera view that we saw. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Now, have I been wrong before? Of course. Plenty of times, but that's just my personal hypothesis.
All right. Because I know there was a lot of hints.
We shall see. We shall see. We don't know.
With a regular camera. Regular full frame camera.
And that would bring the price of the mini up to about $800 easy. Easy.
Well, how much is the Mini 4 Pro? Because I know when I bought the Mini 3 Pro Fly More, that was like about $1. That was a whole OG.
Mini 4 Pro, the Mini 3 Pro is going for $860. Okay, so that would put the Mini at 1,000. The Mini 5
Okay.
Pro at 1,000.
Again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm just saying, DJI knows how to dig their hand. They got their hand in my pocket right now, and I don't even plan on buying nothing new. You know? I'm just saying, who we won't know. We will not know, Herman, until the damn thing comes out. But if it does,
smart.
What happened?
Lawrence over there pushing people at Best Buy talking about that's me. That's mine.
I'm just saying.
Full box out.
Eldon said, listen to what Eldon put. I never would have thought mini drones would be between $500 and $800, but they are. Because as the technology gets better, they got to make you pay somewhere.
Well, what did you think
I'm
they
just
would cost? I mean, you start getting sensors and stuff all over the drones. There was a time where drones didn't have sensors. Does anybody remember that? You guys don't remember those drones?
Before DJI put infrared sensors on, there was a time. Yeah, you're right. And how much cheaper were those drones? Not much.
Period. There was a time where drones didn't have no damn sensors on them.
True.
Even the DJI.
This is very, very true. Right.
They had the one for the damn ground that for the ground sensor. That was it. There was a time where they didn't have that. No sensors on the drone. So, and they
I remember.
And they had autonomous features.
True.
That was crazy. You had a drone that could fly waypoints with no sensors.
Well, we shall see. Right. Yeah, there were a few drones that could fly waypoints without any sensors. The damn thing would hit a pole. I remember watching the video. The guys, you don't remember that video? The guy set the waypoints around his neighborhood, and it went down the block this way, went down the block this way, and on the last waypoint, it hit the pole coming back towards him.
You don't know what you're doing.
No, John, they don't. The DJI doesn't leak any photos except on the internet. He was asking, have you been to the DJI store in Manhattan to see if they have any pictures of what's coming up? They never leak their stuff in their store. They always do it on Twitter for some reason.
They want to make it seem as if they don't have anything to do with that.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what? It's funny. I didn't realize that about those DJI stores.
Yeah.
You know they're independently owned, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay.
Yes. I did find that out.
But everything is still on the DJI warranties.
Oh, of course. Can you excuse me for about 10 seconds?
Where you going?
Just 10 seconds.
I'm here. You're the only one keeping you there. But I don't know. I'm waiting to see what happens when this drone comes out. I've heard all different talk about different prices and where it might be. I expect it to be somewhere around the price of where the Mavic 3 was, maybe a little bit more. I'm not really expecting it to really gouge us just yet. I mean, maybe after that drone is out for a year, maybe the price might go up.
Yeah, that's true. And that would be another great reason to get the Mavic 4 and or whatever's coming out, because
that's what I'm talking about. The Mavic 4 might be cheaper in its first year than it is in its second year.
Oh, yeah. If you didn't jump on the bandwagon, there might be a problem. Could you imagine Mavic 4 Pro, Mavic 4 Pro A? Or B?
No, the price, because of tariffs and stuff is what I'm talking. You're already paying a price. The price is already reflecting a tariff that's on the drone. Once they increase it, you understand?
Yeah. Well, Eldon says I'm waiting on groundbreaking releases like when the Mavic 3 or the Mavic 2 series. And that groundbreaking release would be the Mavic 4. At least in my eye, because it's the first drone that have built-in electronic ND filters. That's groundbreaking.
I just didn't think that the Mavic 2 release was groundbreaking. I mean, the drone was foldable.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was groundbreaking. The drone that was foldable.
The drone was foldable. They had already did that with the original Mavic, right? Foldable.
Mm-hmm.
You had to get,
and it only had forward facing and down facing sensors.
With the camera, and what'd you do? We added 10-bit color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. The 1 inch, they did 1 inch on the Mavic 2. That was groundbreaking.
How? Make it make sense. How was that groundbreaking?
No, I get it. Well,
the Mavic 2 was
groundbreaking
to you, or are you just following the verbiage?
Well, before everyone was using the 1-in-1.
Other than the 10-bit color, what was prolific about that drone?
You know, you have a valid point. You have a valid point. Everyone was saying aperture.
One in sensor, aperture, all of that was done. Mechanical shutter was done already.
Yeah.
It didn't have a mechanical shutter. The drone folded and it had 10-bit color. Groundbreaking was the Mavic, the original.
The Mavic in general. I see what you're saying.
The Phantom 4 Pro was groundbreaking.
Yeah.
No other drone had ever had a 1-inch sensor and sensors all around the drone.
True. I see your point.
The Air 2S was a groundbreaking because you put a larger sensor on that mid-range drone, and you put sensors on the drone. You come on, that's where you talk about ground. So you can't do what you did already and call it groundbreaking, and then downplay it, down things on it, and then call it groundbreaking. You did that already. You got to get better to be groundbreaking.
Right.
It wasn't groundbreaking.
Okay. You have a valid point there.
I need something here. Hold on to that.
I do remember the rubber bands on the Mavic Pro. Yeah, that was a bad move.
3, the Mavic 3, that series,
yeah,
that was a little, that you could call that groundbreaking.
With the 4/3 sensor.
Come on.
Yeah.
On that frame, that size frame, never been done.
True. Well, all we can do is wait and see, because
I'm waiting to see when they get a full frame camera on that Mini.
Could you imagine?
That's what I'm waiting on.
But think about this: if they are adding those fisheye sensors, and they are adding LiDAR to it, that's going to take it well over the 250 gram class. That's going to take it out of the 250 gram class. Because the Mini 3 Pro
21, Mavic 21.
Yeah. Oh no, Mavic 2 1-inch sensor.
Oh yeah, Mavic 2 had a 1-inch sensor. Everybody, that's been done already.
Logan Carpenter, how are you? Was the Phantom 4 Pro the first controller with the built-in screen? Yes, right?
On the
yes,
Pro Plus.
Right? Right, on the Pro Plus, they had the screen that raised up on it. I remember that.
That was a little.
How are you, Logan Carpenter?
Beginning those built-in screens on those. That wasn't one of the best things that they came out with the Phantom.
Well, it's like,
That,
all right.
that wasn't as good as what they're doing today with those controllers.
Yeah, but as far, Eldon was correct. Unique had a screen too, but as far as DJI drones, yeah, Unique had this monster radio. I remember.
The lap tray.
Yeah, you can TV dinner tray. You can eat a small meal on it. I remember everyone was like, "Geez, that's a big radio."
Yo, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Have you seen that drone or truck tractor, whatever the heck it was, the flying tank or
the tank, yes,
drone tank, whatever tank it was.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Hold on a second.
I saw the story on the tank, and I was interested in the tank. The tank
here. Hold on a second.
Tank was
Give me a second, and I will run it for you. You guys, right here. Yes, I have the video right here.
This is a remote-controlled vehicle I made. This thing is basically a tank. What's cool about this tank is it has a secret feature. With just one press of a button, it transforms from a tank into a quadcopter. Now let me tell you, this project was a hard one. It involved hundreds of 3D printed parts, multiple design iterations, broken hardware, faulty software, and some very questionable design decisions. But at the end of the day, I made something that actually kind of works.
Yes, that is the drone tank. Now, this guy is a YouTuber. What was his name? Michael? I can't pronounce his last name. I'm not even going to get into it. You're muted, Lawrence. Lawrence, are you there? Or do you just?
Oh, I hit the mute, and it didn't unmute. His name is Michael Rechin, Rechtstin. Rechin.
That's how you.
Sorry if I'm slaughtering your name.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Maybe you might be, but maybe you're not. Who knows? But all I know is that he built this thing, and I saw it and I thought that it was ingenious because he actually wow, his name honestly is Rectin, Lawrence. Michael Rectin. But yeah, he engineered this and just as you see it, it's a flying tank. It's 3D printed parts, basically.
Yes.
It has 6 motors, one for each rotor, and one to power each side of the wheels. It has a servo that moves the body up and down. You know how the body goes up and down for the wheels and the flight, because the wheels become the ducted motors for it to be able to fly. And, it has a battery and some other electronic parts. Oh, I didn't know you were sharing the video, but yeah,
while you were talking,
the drone is made up of, I guess, basically the concept of a remote control car and a drone. And the gentleman who happens to be a YouTuber, he put this together. He said that only a few other colleges have done something like this, and I have seen other college projects like this
too.
If you put the link for the video into the
chat. Yes.
There in the video, there is a link to all of the parts that he used to put this together.
Yes.
So if you want to try something like this, if you have, I don't know, Lawrence, you might know more about this type of stuff that he used to make the products, because he didn't use any regular filament to create this, and he had some.
Yes, he actually used, and I learned something watching this video. I'm glad you brought that up, because he usually cheap PLA is the standard type of plastic, but he actually used a nylon carbon fiber material that once it heats up and it hardens, it's as hard as carbon fiber to a certain limit. I had no idea this type of stuff was out there, because this is game changing as far as 3D printing. The problem is you have to have a the printer that he used is a popular printer out there called Bamboo. And Bamboo printers right now, they're like in the top 2 of 3D printers. A lot of people have Bamboo printers, but this one specifically gets hot enough to melt the nylon carbon thread that it feeds through.
Well,
let me get hotter than a standard printer.
Well, hold on a minute. Hold on. Before you continue, let me get my pen and my paper so I can take some notes for later.
Yes. Well, it is definitely a nylon carbon film in a rope that heats up to a certain temperature, and it's the same material, missing a few things as carbon fiber, but it's the closest to carbon fiber you can get.
Yo, Johnny.
And he explains it. Hey, Artie and Johnny Drone Flyer. He explains it in the video, which I put in the chat, and I thought it was interesting because I want to try and do some research on it, because there are guys out there trying to 3D print frames. Now that they have this on carbon filament, 3D frames are going to change. 3D frames are going to change, because he did say that PLA gets a little heavy, but this carbon fiber nylon filament is lighter than the PLA that standard people use. Like on this 3D print here, like this foot, this is PLA. This is standard PLA. This side here, standard PLA. Where the red is, standard PLA. This stuff that he used, and I don't know how he got his hands on it. I need to look into that a little more. But it's supposed to be new 3D printing filament for FPV, or it will be once people see this.
There's a link to this video.
Yes. The link is in the chat. I put it about 2 or 3 times. Check it out. ABS. It's close. It's close to that, Jim. It's close to it. I need to do more research, because, like I said, it was my first time finding out that they even had printable carbon filament. And according to him, he has reduced the weight of the drone using this stuff, of the drone tank.
I actually like what he did. I mean, I was wondering if it was going to take off, but it took off.
Yeah.
He got it to fly. So he's got to do some little tweaking, to some stuff here and there. A couple of the companies that he got some of the parts and stuff from. Mom is really killing me right now. He got some of the parts from some companies that guys gave him some parts to work with.
Yes. Actually, Emax was one of the companies that helped him come up with the parts. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up the list right now. Paste video. I just want to stop the video from playing and go to his description right here. The linear actuators he got on Amazon, the servos, the only things that were original were the actuators, which move the arms up and down, the servos, and he used Emax 2812 motors, which are FPV motors, and a 55010 motor, which moved the actuators. Radio Master, which is ELRS technology, and this MPU 6050. I don't know what that is, but all of the links to everything he used to build this drone are in the description.
Okay.
And he's become quite popular because he only has 60 videos, but this particular video seems to have broken 164,000 views. And he just recently put this video out. Oh, sorry. 536,051 views. I was reading his subscribers. Yeah, so he's new. He's new to the YouTube world. He just started putting out videos.
He could be feeling himself right.
You'll see his trial and error. You'll see all of that. Trial and error and everything in that video. And his only dream was to build something that drove on the ground and flew.
Mm-hmm. I was listening. When you listen to the video, some parts about it is going to make you laugh. When he's like, you're driving along and you get stuck.
Mm-hmm. Like, and you can just fly away, right?
Just pick it up and move it.
Mm-hmm. Rob's busy printing some parts for my flipper. 0.
Okay.
Yeah, I see a few people talking about this flipper drone. This flipper that's out. I haven't seen or don't know too much about it, actually.
Google it. The flipper drone or the flip?
They call it the flipper, so I don't know. I don't know which one they're talking about. I know not of these things.
Okay. Oh, but KB. But I know that there happens to be, from straight out of South Korea. I don't know if you're familiar with the BEI battery, but they have unveiled a new battery.
Yeah, that's the company BEI.
Yeah, they promise, right, to double drone flight time. Believe it or not. And the performance, oh man. They say that the performance is supposed to be great in extreme temperatures. So
yes,
this and it being out of South Korea, this could be, this could make them a good supply for the U.S. Considering that the U.S.'s interest, their interest in Chinese technology, and with this company making drone batteries that claim that they can actually take batteries and give you more flight time and more flight distance with these batteries. It's interesting. I was talking a little bit with Stephen, and Stephen happened, Stephen Sutton. He was here. It was the week before last to talk about the drone show mishaps. The one show there was in Florida where a little boy got hurt. Stephen was here from the Flyby guys, and we were here talking about how drone shows are done and the things that you do to prevent stuff like that from happening, or to try to prevent stuff like that from happening. Stephen was mentioning to me that he was actually hosting these guys in Finland this week. And I think he mentioned in the chat that they're supposed to be going to dinner or whatever. I don't know if he mentioned that. Did he? He did mention that, right? Lawrence, you still there?
My mic, I need a new mic because it keeps muting itself.
It keeps muting it.
Oh. Yeah, you know that situation you was having with yours going out? I think I'm having this. I need to change the wire out on it. I'm sure of it.
It's behaving itself lately, but I don't know. It's okay. But like I
Which is
said,
why mine is acting up.
Steven's supposed to be hosting these guys this week. They're going to be shooting some promos and stuff over in Finland. So they're out there to show off some of the batteries, and I guess Steven's going to get his hands on some of the batteries and get to test out some of the batteries. So like I said, they're making drone batteries. And these drone batteries are boasting, 410 watt hours kg. Wow, that's interesting. I don't know. My thing is that you're talking about 70% more distance because of the amount of more juice that these batteries seem to hold.
Right.
I guess so. Listen, as long as you don't get any issues with the warranties and the actual performance of the drone, this is something to see, because I'm quite sure Steven and them will be testing some of these batteries out. As he said, he wants to get his hands on some of the batteries and check them out. Oh, God.
Right. Well, I'm hoping that he does, because as soon as he does a few tests and stuff like that, they're talking about crazy temperatures these batteries can operate in. Minus 20 degrees Celsius, which I believe is about minus 4 degrees. I'll have to do the calculation. I'll have to do the calculation. I think it's 10 degrees or something to that effect. But we don't have batteries today that operate in 10 degrees Fahrenheit.
I believe your DJI battery will, but it won't do it straight if you're sitting in that cold. That battery has to be warm going into the drone. And with this new feature, that they're doing with the DJI drones, where is that the unfolding of the legs, trigger starting of the battery.
Yes.
Yeah. See, that's groundbreaking.
Yeah, it's minus 4 degrees.
Right. So your drones could do that.
Yeah, but you have to let them. It's highly suggested by DJI that you let them warm up.
You can do that. Your batteries just have to be kept in a warm place.
Right. You can do it for limited time, and highly suggested.
That's why we took hand warmers and stuck them into the battery compartments in your bag, in your drone bag.
I remember that. I remember us doing things like that with the Phantom batteries. We used to do that with the Phantom 4 Pro batteries. Remember? Take hand warmers and put them in the LiPo bag. Yeah, and as long as the batteries are warm, they operate okay. Let's see. I'm interested to see where this technology goes, because they're talking a much denser battery and 70% more distance, which is almost scary, because our drones usually fly anywhere from 7 to 10 miles. And when I say our drone, DJI, the modern drones, and that would mean instead of turning around at 3.5 miles, you could probably go 4 miles or 5 and come back safely.
Yeah, or
provided you have a waiver to fly beyond visual line of sight.
Right. And I think it's probably all relative. Well, like complete total, like how many like circles can you fly that way and then back this way and then down this way before that battery? You know what I mean? That all counts as distance.
But think about this. We already barely know what to do with 46 minutes. The Mavic 4 Pro, the Mavic 4, it boasts of 52 minutes. Now we're talking 70% more than that. 70% more than 52 minutes would take you into hours. So you wouldn't have to buy a Fly More combo no more. Think about it. The Fly More combo, that would kill me.
I think that some of these guys buy so many drones that they don't buy Fly More combos anymore. It doesn't make any sense. If I own a Nevada, a Neo, and the Mavic and the Air, and I'm bringing them all to the meetup, I'm going to buy Fly More combos. I'm going to be the last guy standing. Or is it just to spread it all out and say, yeah, I got flying those right there. You got this controller. I fly all of those on the controller.
Your controller would run out before you print it.
You know, Lawrence, I got him at the meetup. I'm like, yeah, those do.
Yeah, but your controller would run out of power before your drone ran out of battery.
The meetups have become drone car shows.
Yeah, right? You could have a drone meetup for 8 hours. How many batteries you got? One.
Guys got the drones out there with all kind of skins on them. We just talking about what you're flying and the characteristics of the drone, and no one's flying. And we're just steady yapping it up about the drones and the drones that we all have one of.
Hey, Angel.
That's what makes it so much fun, though.
Can you imagine?
Before you know it, 3 hours have passed.
Listen, I know when we were at meetups, my ex was complaining about, when are you going home already? Could you imagine? No, you have to stay home. I'll see you later on tonight. You remember how we used to have meetups with NYC5 Borough, Herman? And we'd have a meetup here, and then we would go somewhere else, and then go somewhere else. And could you imagine?
Hold on, you know what I've got?
One battery will cover all of that.
Hold on, I've gotten this call. Huh? I've gotten this call. Hello? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be there in a minute. As soon as I'm finished, I'm gonna pack up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. We've all gotten that call.
Then now, when I'm changing the battery, you get this call. Did you even leave yet? Yeah, I'm in the car already.
You're telling people around you to be quiet. It's your girl. It's your girl. This is my girl. Be quiet. And drones are going back and forth past you.
I'm in the car. I'm on my way.
Yeah.
You didn't even leave yet, did
Elvin
you?
was right. And those were 20-minute batteries. 8 drone days. Yeah, I remember.
Those were 27-minute batteries.
Yeah. That's true. That is true.
I said those were the days.
They were the days, because I remember my 3DR Solo had a 15-minute flight time, and in 12 minutes, I could probably do an entire video. Now I have 46 minutes. I'm like, damn, I still got battery? I'm done already.
No, but
that's when you put it in sports mode, Herman? Huh?
I'm interested.
That's when you put it in sports mode?
These batteries, though. Seriously.
Yeah, I am too. It's new technology, and we knew it was a matter of time before battery technology had to catch up. It was the same thing with these e-cars. The battery technology had to catch up. With solar panels, the battery technology had to catch up. Everything is slowly starting to catch up to the technology.
Well, honestly, the battery, when you talk about batteries to solar panel, when you say meaning like a storage capacity, or you're talking about, or are you talking about like with the electric car?
All of the above. All of the above. The technology had not caught up.
I think the electric car, I think that it's more so about greed, and I think that this is maybe for another live stream, but I'm a little bit nervous about deregulating when it comes to that.
Okay.
Batteries can be very dangerous.
Yes, they can. Yes, and we've seen that here in New York with the bootleg e-bike batteries.
Even with good batteries.
I know.
Batteries can be very dangerous. I'm just saying.
Yes, yes. And
So
our next story talks about that.
Deregulating, you know. So I'm curious to see what happens. I want to know. I want to see more from these batteries. I know Steven is working with those guys. What happened? Thank you, Gary.
Yeah, no, we're saying 4 more likes and we're at 40.
I know Steven's going to be working with these guys on those batteries. So we're curious to see more work on those from Steven with those batteries. But I want to
hopefully we can
switch gears a little bit real quick because Coaxial Innovation from Massachusetts. Ascent, Ascent AeroSystems. Yeah, they're they're Massachusetts, right? It's based company, right?
Yeah.
They have.
Go ahead. I'll show the video while you talk.
They're offering something a little different with coaxial drone technology or design, I should say. You are familiar with this, but you may not remember it much. It's found in like helicopters. It's let's talk about it a little bit. It's a cylindric form powered by 2 counter rotating rotors. So like I know you've seen that with the helicopters with the 2 counter rotating rotors. You have seen it, right? Well, okay. So
yes, definitely.
That's something that they offer. So basically, from what they're saying is that something like this it's believe it or not, it's an advance in its performance. It's actually something that's believe it or not reliable and portable. You know, I know you guys love the portable thing. You see how it's shaped like a cylinder. It's not much bigger than maybe like I would say like a folded up Osmo. You know, the not really an Osmo, but
flying Osmo.
Like it looks like that, but like the like a Ronin or something like that. The whole handle of the Ronin. Yeah, it's basically somewhere around that range. But the thing is that this actually came from a Kickstarter company back in 2015, believe it or not. And they've actually raised $400,000 in pre-sales, this Kickstarter. You know, and the company actually moved to Massachusetts back in 2019. And what it is that actually the guy who's actually the CEO of the company, he actually got with a couple of engineers that were working on something like this, and he ran into them, and they actually became, I guess, good friends and buddy and all that, chummy, and did this Kickstarter back in what was that? So 2015, and they happened to raise all this capital to be able to do this, and now they're coming with this drone that happens to work well. It has a sleek design, you know, that slim round shaped body that you're gonna see now with the Mavic 4 is gonna have a cylinder like round kind of shaped body with the vents in the butt, because I think with all of the stuff that's in it and all the electronics in it, it's gonna run a little hot. So
it is, but this particular coaxial drone, I was showing the video while you were giving the description, but this coaxial drone gives more time, more distance, higher speeds, and is proven technology already, because the particular guy who designed this is a former helicopter pilot, and it's a good idea. It's cost effective. It flies better. It flies longer, and it's more technology. We may see more drones like this. If you remember that, well, the egg. You remember the egg, right? It had 4 props, but
similar to that.
Yes. Aerodynamically, yes. It was supposed to fly better and fly longer and stuff like that. And I'm interested to see where it goes, because that's not the first time we've seen a cylinder drone like that. If you remember, over the years, we've done a few stories.
Right, but the
coaxial, sorry.
Right, the coaxial. But actually, that system with the counteracting rotating props, like one's going this way, the other one's going the opposite way, so they're spinning against each other. That actually happens in helicopters. They have the helicopters that. So
right. Well, I like it. I'd like to see, honestly, I'd like to see it in action. Because I've never seen a coaxial drone. I've seen 4 propeller drones. I've seen 3 prop drones, but I've never seen the coaxial vertical drones like the one we had just shown.
Well, you're going to probably be seeing more of them. What I wanted to tell you, though, has your boys over at Amazon have hit the pause button on the drone delivery. Yeah, they've hit the pause button again and again and again.
Yes.
They had a little issue with the MK 30 and their 30-minute drone delivery. It had a couple of it had 2 crashes, but that's not the main reason why they put the brakes on it. I do know that they said that they want to do a little bit of tweaking of the software. The MK30 happens to be a lighter drone. It's quieter, and it's capable of flying in mild weather, as opposed to the drone that Amazon had before.
Right.
Like I said, they paused their operations, and they're going to do some tweaking to the software. They plan to resume their operations in was it Texas and other places there. And the one thing that I did want to mention was they just recently ended their partnership with DroneUp. Now, the reason for ending that partnership with DroneUp was not because of stuff like this, but because of cost. And I still talk about the drone delivery, and I'll say it that it's not impossible, and it doesn't have. Okay, there are people who actually live in a world where they think that everything is for everybody. And living in New York, we have come to learn to the terms that everybody can't get everything. You understand what I'm saying? There are certain things that some people are privy to, as I'm not. And if you really stop and look at it, there are a lot of things that in our society, there's some people that can have and have access to, and there are other people, because of the way they are, they can't. It's not to say that it can't be done. It is a cost-effective issue, because now you have to have surcharges on things, and that's what makes it a little bit difficult to say that I need to have certain things. These are not needs, these are wants. To have things within 30 minutes or 60 minutes, whatever it is. 60-minute drone delivery. A lot of those things that they can deliver within that time period becomes wants and not needs. Medication prescriptions and stuff like that. If the Walmart and these people are fulfilling those things, like, man, I think that's a great thing, and it is something that can be done if it can reach your area. See, it's not everything has to be. Everything doesn't have to be for everybody. If it can reach your area, and it's something you can take advantage of it in your area, then if it's cost effective to make it work, then it can happen. I'm still
definitely
still curious on the cost effectiveness of it. Delivering your Chinese food and your pizza, you know, if you're delivering say a $40 Chinese delivery, is that reasonable, or is that's cheap? I don't know. I haven't ordered Chinese food in a minute. Is that a cheap delivery, or is that reasonable? To add another surcharge because of the drone delivery, you know, and fried rice and those things kind of get heavy. I don't think the drone could lift that stuff. No, I listen. I just think that the drone delivery is for the spur of the moment things that you want to order and get now within, you know, 60 minutes or so. It's not for I'm going on Amazon. I'm shopping for a couple of things. I got to order the isopropyl alcohol, and I don't expect the drone to show up with that shit in the next hour. I can wait on that isopropyl alcohol. I'm expecting to get that within a day or two.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't expect the drone to hover out here and drop alcohol. No, I'm not a moron.
Herman, it's that time.
Yep, it's time to get out of here.
Yes, man. Yes, it is.
Wow. Time flies when you're having fun.
Time goes when you're busy.
Really. I'm placing this order for the alcohol. When is it coming? I don't care. It'll get here. But yeah.
Anyway.
I guess it's that time, right? You said?
Yes.
Lawrence, anything you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
No, but be safe, fly safer, and as we get some drone news and or information, we will bring it back.
Oh yeah.
Gary says, "Don't go until you get one more like." We're at 39. Come on, somebody go into their
Where will we bring in you more information on those batteries as it comes up? Anything else that comes up on the Mavic or the Mavic 4 until it's released, I guess we'll bring that. I mean, we've had specs.
Yeah, definitely.
We're talking about, we're looking at somewhere in April, I think they were talking about. Was it? Yeah, April. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens, you know. And with that being said,
thank you, Brian Murphy. Thank you, B-Mac.
Thank you, guys.
We got 40 likes.
You said whatever you had to say, Lawrence. All of the nice people in the chat. You sure? You got it all
42
out?
Likes.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gary. We appreciate you and everybody who comes to the live stream repeatedly. We appreciate you all.
Yes, and with that being said, that's all, folks. And I'll see you next time with those guys. Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
Good night, everyone.